The idea of convolution itself is why it excites me is that you can pretty much take the spectral profile, the timbre or the color of a sound, and map it onto another sound. So it's basically sample by sample, kind of piecing together of the spectra from one sample to another. And as far as convolution reverbs go, there's this really nice convolution reverb within Suite. There are two versions of it. I'm going to discuss maybe some of the differences between the two in just a minute. But the idea here, and I'll provide some resources if you're interested in learning about it, is that you can load in what's called an impulse response to kind of tell the convolver program, what is the response of that space. So like if you imagine walking into like a concert hall or something like that, clap in your hands and you hear how the room sounds, like that is you're hearing how the room responds to that impulse, the impulse being like you clapping your hands. The idea there is, and you can see as let me just play a sample, give you a couple of examples. That's a dry sample. Let's have a look. Play with a nice dry wet here as well. The simple version of this, the more simplified version of it, also has a rebound EQ, which is really nice too, so kind of boost and attenuate certain frequencies as well. So yeah, it's just a reverb. So why does that matter? Like, why are we excited about it? Well, you can design your own impulse responses. You can go out and record. There's two approaches basically where you can go and feed an impulse response into a room and capture that reflections in the space using a good quality microphone. Or you can also use like a sine sweep to kind of sweep through the whole frequency spectrum to try and get a more accurate response of a space at every given frequency, which is a little bit more complex. The latter approach is more complex because it has a deconvolving process that you need to go through in order to get that sine sweep out of the measurement. But what I've noticed is that there are a lot of producers who are playing around with just synthesizing their own. So what I wanted to do is kind of just show you how you can use Operator to create your own little impulse responses and how that might affect like audio. And by the way, the reason this relates to Max for Live is that the convolution reverb, just to be clear, was built using Max for Live